The cameras might have stopped rolling, but the drama never ends in Huntsville. Martell Holt thought he could step back into the spotlight, playing the role of the victim. He wanted sympathy, he wanted the narrative to flip in his favor, and he wanted the public to see Melody as the cold, unforgiving ex-wife. But what Martell didn't expect was Melody's powerful clapback one that has completely shifted the conversation. The news is breaking, and fans everywhere are glued to the updates. Martell's victim act has officially failed, and Melody, at 39, stronger and wiser than ever, is refusing to let his tactics slide. Tonight, we're breaking down everything: Martell's strategy, Melody's response, the cast's reactions, and what this means for their future. From the courtroom battles, to the custody drama, to the social media shade that never seems to end, this saga has taken another explosive turn. And if you thought Melody was going to stay silent, think again. She's tired of Martell's antics. And her words have left fans in shock. Martell has been on a downward spiral for some time now, from his public cheating scandal, to the fallout with Arionne Curry, to the messy co-parenting battles with Melody. His image has suffered. But instead of owning his actions, Martell decided to flip the script. He went into interviews, on social media, and even in courtroom filings, painting himself as the wounded father, the misunderstood man, and the victim of Melody's so-called bitterness. He complained about custody arrangements, claiming he was being kept away from his kids. He implied that Melody was intentionally making co-parenting difficult, and he even suggested that the public perception of him was unfair, that he was just a man trying to move forward. But fans weren't buying it. Social media lit up with criticism, with many calling him out for playing games. "Martell, stop the act. Who created this mess?" one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "Melody has carried herself with grace." Martell, on the other hand, is out here crying victim when he was the villain. Still, Martell kept pushing his narrative, until Melody finally decided enough was enough. In a recent live session, and in subtle but sharp comments during group filming, Melody clapped back, and her words cut through Martell's victim act like a knife. She reminded everyone of the years she endured, humiliation and heartbreak. She pointed out how she protected Martell's image for far longer than he deserved, keeping many details private for the sake of their children. And she said clearly, "I will not sit back and let someone rewrite history to make themselves look like the good guy, when I know the truth." The cast reactions were priceless. Kimmy, always the peacemaker, said she understood both sides but admitted Martell often creates the fire and then cries when it burns. Letitia and Marcia had mixed reactions. Marcia smirked and said Martell should have expected Melody to defend herself, while Letitia chimed in that playing victim is never a good look. Stormy, who has had her ups and downs with Melody, stood firmly in her corner this time, calling Melody's clapback long overdue. Even Carlos King himself, in an off-camera interview, hinted that Martell was losing credibility with the audience, and that Melody's ability to stay poised under pressure was winning her even more fans. But then came the contradictions. Even as he cried victim, Martell was out partying. He was spotted with different women. He clashed with Melody during exchanges, often turning small disagreements into public blow-ups, and his behavior with Arionne, still lingering in the background, kept raising questions. It was clear, Martell wasn't changing. He was performing, and that's when Melody struck back. In a moment that fans will never forget, Melody finally addressed Martell's victim act directly. In a live Q&A, her voice steady but firm, she laid it all out. "I carried that man's image for years. I protected him when I shouldn't have. I took blows publicly, while he played games privately. And now he wants to cry victim. The truth is, I was the victim, but I refused to stay one. And that's the difference between us." The internet broke. Fans flooded her live with comments. "Say that, Melt, we've been waiting for this. Martell, your act is over." Her words didn't just cut through Martell's narrative, they destroyed it. Because Melody wasn't just speaking about her pain. She was reminding fans of everything they had already seen with their own eyes. Behind the scenes, whispers say Carlos King was quietly frustrated with Martell's victim campaign. Ratings thrive on drama, yes, but audiences hate feeling manipulated. And Martell's attempt to rewrite history was testing viewers' patience. Insiders claim Carlos even told producers that Melody's ability to stay calm while dismantling Martell's lies was gold for television because it aligned with what fans already felt. Kimmy, ever diplomatic, admitted privately that Martell often starts fires and then complains about the smoke. Marcia, with his trademark smirk, told a group dinner scene, Martell's not a victim, he's a volunteer. Letitia tried to defend Martell, suggesting maybe he just wanted love again. But even she couldn't ignore the weight of Melody's truth. Stormy, who has had her clashes with Melody, shocked everyone by siding with her this time. I don't always agree with Mel, she said, but she's right. Martell can't keep blaming everyone else for what he did. Even Martell's own social media followers began to turn on him. The more he posted cryptic captions about being wronged, the more fans flooded the comments with reminders of his past. Didn't you cheat for years? Stop blaming Melody for what you caused. And then there's Arionne Curry, the silent storm in all of this. For years, she's been a shadow in Martell's story. Every time he tries to play victim, fans bring up her name. Every time he claims to be misunderstood, people remind him that he built a second life behind Melody's back. Arionne might not be on the show, but her presence looms like a cloud, reminding everyone of the choices Martell refuses to own. Instead of owning his role as the villain, Martell shifted gears. He began painting himself as the victim of Melody's so-called coldness. He told interviewers he just wanted his family back. He went live on social media, suggesting he was being pushed out of his children's lives. He filed court documents claiming unfair custody arrangements. And for a while, some fans wondered, was Melody being too harsh? Was Martell truly trying to change? Meanwhile, Melody continues to rise. Her music career is blossoming. Her business ventures are thriving. She's connecting with fans like never before, showing them a woman who turned pain into power. And that's what makes her clapback so epic. It wasn't angry, it wasn't messy, it was strategic. She reminded the world that Martell can spin stories all he wants, but the truth always comes out, and the fans, they're living for it. Hashtags like hashtag Team Melody, hashtag No More Victim Martell, and hashtag Epic Clapback have been trending. Memes are flooding Twitter and Instagram, showing Martell looking pitiful while Melody stands tall. One meme shows Martell with the caption, "I'm the victim," while Melody replies, "No, you're the problem." Behind the scenes, insiders say this could have a huge impact on the custody battle and Martell's public image. Judges don't like games. And the more Martell plays the victim in public while acting erratic behind closed doors, the worse it looks for him. Melody, on the other hand, is presenting herself as stable, focused, and unwilling to be manipulated. This isn't just about the show anymore. This is about legacy, about reputation, and about who comes out of this saga with dignity intact. Martell may have thought his victim act would win sympathy, but instead, it's left him exposed. Melody's clapback wasn't just epic, it was strategic. It reminded fans, cast members, and yes, even Martell himself, that she refuses to be silenced or disrespected. And as we look to the next season of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, one thing is clear. Melody is stepping into her power like never before, and Martell is running out of moves. So what do you think? Was Martell's victim act doomed from the start? Did Melody go too far with her clapback? Or did she simply speak the truth that everyone needed to hear? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we'll be watching. Don't forget to like this video if you think Martell's games have finally caught up with him. Subscribe for all the latest drama from Huntsville. And hit that notification bell so you never miss the next update, because trust me, it's only going to get messier from here.